Coming up on Mustang News, we sat down with Police Captain Chris Staley to find out how to avoid fines this Halloween weekend.
And we'll find out how much it could cost you if SLO PD shows up to your party.
Plus, we'll tell you about what events are going on this Halloween weekend.
Hello and welcome to this special 30-minute edition of Mustang News. I'm Monica Roos.
And I'm Avrah Baum. Mustang News starts now. Cal Poly students have expressed confusion with what constitutes an illegal party after new ordinances passed over the summer. The noise ordinance in San Luis Obispo is enforced on a complaint basis, meaning the police will not cite anyone without a neighbor's complaint.
Disturbing your neighborhood or your neighbors by the amount of noise that's created from it, then it's going to be, one that is okay because you're not violating the noise ordinance. But
as a part of San Luis Obispo Police Enhanced Safety Zone, noise violations and other party-related fines have already started and will continue through Sunday. The police department recommends warning neighbors in advance of a large gathering. In addition to increased fines, police personnel has increased for the holiday weekend.
SLO PD is urging college students to avoid party regret. SLO PD has doubled fines for the following violations: open container, noise violations, deadly and dangerous weapons, unruly gatherings, and public urination. A noise violation, public urination, or contributing to an unruly gathering could cost you at least $700. The fine for hosting an unruly gathering starts at $1,000. SLO PD says they will arrest students that are drunk in public.
Isla Vista is cracking down on Halloween parties to avoid out-of-town visitors. Part of these increased restrictions include over 200 police officers patrolling and a zero-tolerance policy. A drunken public citation could cost you a night in county jail and a possible misdemeanor on your permanent record. A minor in possession ticket will cost you your driver's license and a fine of up to $465. Possession of an open alcohol container will lead to a fine of up to $100. Urinating in public will lead to an infraction citation that is punishable by a fine of up to $1,000. Disorderly conduct could lead to imprisonment in county jail for up to 90 days and a fine of up to $400 or both.
The Inter-Housing Council and ASI are hosting a Halloween event in the University Union this weekend. The event is called Haunted Halloween and will have a haunted house, glow-in-the-dark laser tag, silent disco, pumpkin decorating, live music, and food. Movies such as Halloween Town Hocus Pocus, The Ring, and The Shining will also be shown. Event team member Alyssa Lucero says ASI has a bigger budget and is helping with the larger scale parts of the event. This event will be taking place on Friday, October 30th and Saturday, October 31st in the University Union from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Haunted Halloween is free, just remember to bring your poly card. The City of San Luis Obispo had a hearing regarding new updated recommendations for the master plan. New recommended city inputs were made last night regarding the master plan. Some of the new recommendations consist of the exploration of implementation of programs and incentives for faculty and staff to live with stable neighborhoods close to campus. And the city also recommended that the master plan and the environmental report should explore the growth of city services such as water, wastewater, police, fire, and neighborhood wellness. However, this is just the beginning of what is to come of the master plan.
Really, it's more of an initial chance for the city to provide feedback so that when we get to the details of the master plan that's going to be evaluated in the environmental impact report, we'll have a better idea of what those specific policies should include.
The next step for the Planning Commission is they will go to the City Council on November 18th where they will vote on final input that they will provide to Cal Poly.
2014 was the hottest year on record throughout the world, but 2015 is already shaping up to be even hotter. One farm on campus is aiming to combat these scorching temperatures. Scientific American magazine compiled data from NASA, the NOAA, and the Japan Meteorological Agency in a report released last month. Students at the Student Experimental Farm are creating projects that aim to combat rising world temperatures. According to the report, there is a 99% chance that 2015 will emerge as the hottest year on record, beating last year's record-setting heat. Projects include land furrowing and water conservation technology.
The 5th annual Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk hosted by the American Cancer Society was held on Saturday, October 24th in Mission Plaza. 1,100 people attended the 3.1-mile walk through downtown San Luis Obispo to raise money and awareness for breast cancer. The walk raised $53,720 for breast cancer research. Breast cancer affects 1 in 8 women in the United States, and almost everyone has been touched or will be touched by breast cancer at some point in their lives. Monica Murrieta, the representative for the American Cancer Society, says that this year's event has been the largest one the Central Coast has seen.
Strides Against Breast Cancer is a nationwide event, and here in San Luis Obispo County, this is our 5th annual event. So we're raising money for breast cancer research, programs and services, breast cancer patient support.
The American Cancer Society is looking to make their Central Coast Walk even more successful as the word gets out each year.
This past weekend, a Cal Poly professor and her students took steps to help remote Pacific Islands connect to the world. We got the chance to speak with Dr. Laura Hausman and gain some insight into what the SPELL project is all about.
Today we held an appropriate technology workshop and build day. So the first half was talking about using technology and bringing technology to the developing world. And what does that look like once you get there? What are some of the social, socioeconomic, political challenges that you would face? And then the second part was building 30 what we call solar SPELL digital libraries, and they're these micro-sized libraries that are self-powered solar, and we're bringing them to remote Pacific Islands for schools that have no electricity or internet connectivity. So I not only had a project-based class that was focused exactly on this, and the students worked to design, develop, and ultimately deploy these libraries. We'll be leading another class in the winter that's working on improving the library. So then we'll also try to travel to Pacific Islands and train more Peace Corps volunteers, hopefully to Tonga and Samoa and Fiji. That is my favorite thing on earth to do, is hands-on, action-oriented research and learn by doing. So I'm delighted to be here at Cal Poly, where we get to do learn by doing in every class. It's great to raise awareness about projects like this on campus, because I think Cal Poly students love learn by doing and they love to get involved. We will hold another build session either at the end of winter quarter or at the beginning of spring quarter. So stay tuned for when that will be, but it will be sometime in the spring months.
You can check mustangnews.net for continuous updates on the Solar SPELL project.
Coming up, fans of fall squash found themselves immersed in Halloween spirit at a Cal Poly cornfield. We've got coverage of the corn maze and the pumpkin patch on campus.
And your Thursday nights might look a little bit different in a few months. We'll tell you why.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The caregiving
doesn't see race. Love is love.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Halloween has taken over one Cal Poly agriculture club. Reporter Alexa Brewington caught up with the Crops Club about their annual pumpkin patch.
pumpkin patch, it was planted and grown by Lonnie Jin, and he takes care of it over the summer for us, and then we come in October 1st and we start selling all the pumpkins to residents, students, faculty members, and then we also give a certain part or portion of them away as donations every year.
And I haven't been to a pumpkin patch in a couple of years, but I feel like there's a huge assortment, and we found small ones for the table, which we're excited about.
We wanted ones that were like unique, and my mom kind of likes the gourd, so we were looking for some of those also.
So I purchased some pumpkins for myself. I was out there almost every day, checking on it, collecting cash, and just making sure that everything was ready for people to come out and buy pumpkins.
I chose this, even though like the backside's like messed up. Like the front looks good, so I can put like a good face that like sticks out on it. So pretty pumped about that.
It's gonna be my first Halloween, so she brought me there just to see what's up and carve for the first time my pumpkin, I guess.
The most extreme or the most advanced carving is what I like doing.
We were very successful this year. I think this is probably the best year that we've had. I've talked to some of the other faculty members, and they were shocked when they found out the numbers that we were able to bring in.
It's close by, and I always like to support Cal Poly.
I think this one looks pretty good, right size, so we'll make it work.
The Crops Club will be selling pumpkins up until Halloween weekend on Highland Drive. Prices range from $3 to $7.
Cal Poly Crops Club has been busy in preparation for the annual haunted corn maze that kicked off last weekend. Chloe Carlson has more on the story.
The Cal Poly Crops Club has taken a traditional fall-time activity and added a unique twist to it. Last weekend, the club opened its annual corn maze as a way to kick off this Halloween season. I had the opportunity to sit down with some members at the maze before things got a little spooky.
When we open up at 6 o'clock, we like to have families, kids come through, and then it's about 7 to 7:30 when it gets dark, and we make sure all the kids that don't want to be scared get out of the maze and able to take their time.
Yeah. Oh my!
That was President Joe Chambers. So here's the twist. After dusk, members dress in creative and scary Halloween costumes and hide throughout the maze to scare those willing to brave the horror at night.
As you can see, it's very scary, and it's even worse at night. And it's always fun to jump out of corn with something like this on.
Crops Club treasurer Alec Roos said because of the support the club received this year, the maze turned out to be one of the more successful mazes that they have put together, which has led to an increase in scare factor.
It's always kind of fun to see people stumble or really just get surprised, or kind of just any kind of reaction is usually funny.
Many corn maze goers said the maze was more scary than they expected.
With the chainsaw, for sure. I mean, they were all pretty scary, but he was, yeah, I don't know why it freaked me out so much, but he was pretty freaky.
The corn maze is located on Highland across the street from the crops unit, and parking spots are provided on site. Chloe Carlson, Mustang News.
The maze will be open this Halloween weekend on Friday and Saturday night from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Cal Poly Crops Club President Joe Chambers said the event is a great alternative to drinking. The corn maze is located on Highland across the street from the crops unit, and parking spots are provided on site.
Cal Poly's music department will hold its 6th faculty chamber recital this Thursday at 5 p.m. in the Davidson Music Center. The recital will feature 5 current faculty members playing instruments ranging from pianos to flutes. There will be 2 special guests, a classical guitarist, James Bishop Edwards, and a Cal Poly alumna, vocalist Ingra Swearingen. Tickets will be $5 at the door.
Thursday nights downtown won't look the same in a couple of months. The Thursday night market is a weekly ritual for downtown SLO. Visitors and residents come together for an event, an evening of shopping for fresh, local produce, live entertainment, and a variety of snacks and hot food. But there are plans in the works for improvement. The Downtown Association is moving to add free Wi-Fi, cooking demonstrations with fresh market ingredients, recipe distribution, tours of the market with registered dietitians, and even beer and wine tasting to the list of what is offered. Cal Poly graduate student Jackie Campbell says the planned changes to the market can only make the experience better.
I think it'll really open it up. It'll make it a lot more casual, like maybe a little bit more upscale, and it make a lot more out-of-town people want to come, hang out, do their thing.
All the proposed changes will come one by one in the next couple of months. You can find all the details in the vision plan at downtownslo.com.
The Cal Poly racing team is currently working on a couple of their vehicles, preparing them for competition. The racing team has two separate teams, the Formula SAE team, which makes combustion and electric vehicles, and the Baja SAE team, which makes off-road buggies.
The one close up is a combustion race car. It's got about 50 horsepower, only weighs 400 pounds. And up in the front is our electric race car, which has about 107 horsepower and weighs 500 pounds.
Everything is designed, built, and tested by the students, and they race them at competitions at other universities as well. This past June, they competed with their combustion vehicle in Lincoln, Nebraska, and placed 18th overall out of about 80 schools. For more information about the Cal Poly racing team, visit calpolysae.org.
Coming up, alumni and parents alike crowded Mustang Way for the annual homecoming tailgate. And a new homecoming king and queen have been crowned. We'll tell you who they are after the break.
And this is a live look out at Avrah Beach thanks to offshoretheater.com. We'll have your forecast after the break.
Will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just, please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Homecoming may have seemed more lively this year, due in large part to an increased presence at the pregame on-campus tailgate. In addition to a procession of cheerleaders and the marching band, the football team walked down Mustang Way en route to their game in the Spano Stadium. Game attendance is up, and coaches say that the atmosphere builds excitement for the home games.
Brings them up, fires them up. I think it's great for the university, it's great for our program, obviously, it's great for the community. And it's another part of why this place is so special.
The Mustangs have 2 more home football games where 21-year-old and over fans have a chance to drink alcohol and congregate on campus before kickoff. The next tailgates will happen November 7th and a salute to Armed Forces November 21st for the Heroes game.
For the first time, students got to vote for their homecoming court this year, and the elected homecoming queen was surprised by her win. Myra Lukens, a software engineering senior, was nominated partly in joke by a friend, and she ended up winning the crown. Since being crowned queen, she says she's still figuring out what her powers are.
And then we also get to go to a dinner in a couple of weeks that has a lot of honored alumni, and we have to wear the sashes everywhere, so it's like kind of hilarious. But it's been really fun, and we get to, I guess, just being around people that are pretty important to the university is really exciting.
As a woman in the College of Engineering, Myra finds it important that the school continues to value diversity within the engineering programs. She's proud to be an involved student on our campus. Now going to Tom for our weather forecast.
Hello, I'm Tom Nork. Welcome to your weekly weather forecast. The Indian summer of late has given way to cool nights and cool mornings. As you can see here, there's a good weekend coming up, but a dark cloud that's going to rain over SLO on Monday. If you look at the temperatures in North County, you'll see 79 in Paso, 79 in Santa Margarita, and those warmer temperatures will pull cool air over the Cuesta Grade, so watch out for high winds over the weekend. In South County, Arroyo Grande is at 76, Orcutt 75, and Vandenberg the coolest at 70 degrees. And the beaches are looking just about balmy for this weekend. 75 in Avila and Pismo Beach and 76 in Oceano. That's all the time we have for weather today. Back to you at the desk.
And we're gonna go for a short break and we'll see you after.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year, 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 68. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it! I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
This past weekend, the Cal Poly men's soccer team had quite an exciting match at UC Santa Barbara. It went all the way into double overtime and ended in a 2-2 tie off of a final 4-second goal by freshman forward Jared Presley. I went to Santa Barbara this weekend and was able to get the story and get a first-hand look of all the excitement down in Santa Barbara. Stadium, where the Cal Poly Mustangs are about to take on the UCSB Gauchos in the second game of the Blue-Green rivalry. The Gauchos struck first in the second Blue-Green rivalry match in front of a crowd of 15,000 with a goal in the 10th minute off of a cross by Jeffrey Achapong to Ahinga Selemani, who put the pass in the net, putting them up 1-0. They struck again in the 42nd minute when Nick DePoy headed in his Big West leading 13th goal of the season that went to the top left corner, putting them up 2-0 going into halftime. The score remained 2-0 until the 72nd minute when forward Cody Gibson dribbled down the left end line and crossed to senior midfielder Chase Minter, who scored, bringing the Mustangs within one. The Mustangs fought till the end, and in the last 6 seconds, freshman forward Jared Presley scored on a shot at the left post, tying the game 2-2 and forcing the game into overtime. The game ended in a 2-2 draw, leaving the Mustangs 1 point behind the Gauchos for first place. double overtime at Spanos Stadium. They'll play their last game of the season on Saturday, October 31st at 2 p.m. at Sacramento State. Cal Poly volleyball has been killing it this season, but after a 3-week unbeaten run, Long Beach State was able to defeat the Mustangs on the road. After a 5-set struggle that lasted over 2.5 hours, Long Beach was able to edge a win over the Mustangs. The Cal Poly team has won 7 of its last 8 matches, sweeping Cal State Northridge on their turf before their tough loss at Long Beach State. In light of their recent loss, head coach Sam Crossan says,
our group certainly looks at it more like, you know, even when we win, there are areas for us to improve on, and when we lose, those areas are still there, and we need to keep working on to get better.
The team heads south to Santa Barbara on Thursday, October 29th. After beating the Gauchos at home earlier this season, the Mustangs hope to bring home another win over their rivals this week. Cal Poly football is in desperate need of a win if they hope to have a shot at Big West Conference playoffs, but Saturday was not their day. On October 24th, the Mustangs hosted number 14 Portland State, a team that has come out strong this year, and the Vikings lived up to their reputation. After the Vikings initially gained some points over the Mustangs, Cal Poly rallied to score a few touchdowns and remained in the lead for a good portion of the game. But Portland State came back with a late field goal and scraped by with a 38-35 win. Cal Poly is now 2-5 overall and 1-3 in Big West Conference play. For their next game, the Mustangs will visit Southern Utah on Saturday, October 31st. That's all we have for sports action today. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a few minutes.
What's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Everyone makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing. I watch golf with him. And
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
So who's gonna do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
As Halloween approaches, so does a favorite holiday tradition, eating candy and watching Halloween movies.
We asked students on campus to tell us about their favorite Halloween movies.
My favorite Halloween movie is probably any one of the Halloween Town movies. They go up to 4.
Halloween Town by a long shot.
I like the giant pumpkin and like the skeleton that like drove around them like in the cab and stuff. It's just a fun movie.
I've been watching it ever since I was a kid and I still enjoy it even at this age.
My favorite movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I used to watch it as a kid and it just brings back memories.
My favorite Halloween movie is Hocus Pocus.
I enjoy the kiddish part of it and it's not really scary, it's more entertaining. It reminds me of my childhood. I used to watch it with my sisters. It's funny and somewhat scary. It's a good watch.
Halloween is my favorite holiday.
Thanks for watching this 30-minute edition of Mustang News. I'm Monica Roos.
And I'm Avrah Baum. That's all we have time for this week. You can catch us on UHTV Channel 4.1, Charter Cable Channel 2, and log on to mustangnews.net for continuous coverage. Have a great weekend.